This one mistake is what turns a perfect day of riding into your absolute worst nightmare. A single loose bolt you didn't see, tire pressure that's a little too low, a brake light that just went out without telling you. We're going to cover the essential pre-ride checks every single rider needs to know. And then we'll get into the routine stuff that'll keep your bike running like a beast for years. Let's do this. Section 1. The pre-ride ritual, T-CLOCS. The absolute bedrock of not crashing is the pre-ride inspection. The pros at the Motorcycle Safety Foundation have a secret weapon to make it easy. T-CLOCS. It's a weird word, but it's a genius acronym for tires, controls, lights, oil, chassis, and stands. It sounds like a lot, but once you get this down, you can speedrun this entire checklist in literally 5 minutes. Let's break it down. T is for tires and wheels. These two little patches of rubber are the only thing keeping you from kissing the asphalt. They deserve your full attention before every single ride. First up, pressure. This is the most critical and most ignored part of tire care. You have to check it when the tires are cold. Now listen up. The pressure written on the side of your tire is wrong. That's the maximum pressure for the tire, not for your bike. The right number is in your owner's manual. And a lot of the time, you'll find it on a sticker, on the swing arm or frame. When in doubt, the manual is king. Get a good digital pressure gauge. Underinflated tires feel mushy and can overheat. Overinflated tires have less grip and give a brutal ride. While you're down there, actually look at your tires. Run your hand over them. See any nails, glass, or sharp rocks? Look for cracks or bulges on the side. A bulge means the tire is toast. Replace it immediately. Next, tread depth. See these little bumps inside the grooves? Those are wear bars. When your tread wears down and becomes even with those bars, it's time for new tires. Riding on bald tires in the rain is basically asking to hydroplane. Finally, give the wheels a quick wiggle. Grab the top and bottom of the wheel and try to shake it. If you feel a clunk or a lot of play, your wheel bearings might be shot. C is for controls. This is everything you touch to make the bike go, stop, and turn. Start with your lever's clutch and front brake. They should move smoothly, no grit. Now, squeeze that front brake lever. It should feel rock solid. If it feels like a sponge or you can pull it all the way back to the handlebar, stop. That's a huge red flag. You likely have air in your brake lines or you're low on fluid, and you need to fix that before you go anywhere. Follow the cables and hoses coming from those levers. Look for cracks, leaks, or kinks. A leaking brake hose means you might not have brakes when you need them most. Next, the throttle. Twist it open and let it go. It should snap shut instantly. If it's slow or sticky, that's a recipe for disaster. Figure out why and fix it. L is for lights and electrics. This is easy, but it's what keeps cars from turning you into a hood ornament. Turn the key on. Low beam, check. High beam, check. Left turn signal, front and back, check. Right turn signal, check. Now, the brake lights. Pull the front brake lever, check the light. Then, press the rear brake pedal, check the light. Both have to trigger it independently. Finally, beep beep, give the horn a quick tap. Make sure it's loud. And if you can see your battery easily, glance at the terminals. Any fuzzy green or white stuff is corrosion that you'll need to clean off. O is for oil and other fluids. Your engine is a metal box of explosions. Without oil, it eats itself alive. This is non-negotiable. Most bikes have a little sight glass on the side of the engine. To check it, the bike has to be perfectly level, not on its side stand. Use a center stand, or just carefully hold the bike upright for a few seconds. The oil level needs to be between the upper and lower marks. If it's low, top it off with the right kind of oil from your manual. And look at the color. If it looks like a chocolate milkshake, that's really bad. It means coolant is getting into your oil, and you have a serious problem. If your bike is liquid cooled, check the coolant reservoir. It's usually a plastic bottle with high and low marks. The level should be between them. And don't forget your brake fluid. You'll have little reservoirs on your handlebar and near your foot brake. The fluid should be way above the low mark. If the fluid is dark brown or black instead of a light gold color, it's old and needs to be replaced. C is for chassis. The chassis is your bike's skeleton, the frame, suspension, and chain. Glance at the frame, especially around the welds, looking for cracks. Then push down hard on the handlebars a few times. The front forks should compress and rebound smoothly. Do the same on the back by pushing on the seat. You shouldn't see any oil leaking from the front fork seals. Now for a big one, the chain. A bad chain isn't just noisy, it's dangerous. It can snap or fly off. First, just look at it. Is it a rusty mess? It needs to be cleaned and lubed. Next, check the tension. Your manual will tell you exactly how much slack it needs, usually about 1 inch to 1.5 inches of movement up and down. If it's too tight, it wears everything out. If it's too loose, it can be catastrophic. S is for stands. Last one, check your side stand and center stand if you have one. The spring is the most important part. It needs to snap the stand up and down with authority. If that spring is weak and the stand drops while you're leaned over in a corner, it's game over. Seriously. Make sure it snaps up and holds tight. And that's T-CLOCS. It sounds like a novel, but in practice, it's a quick process that will become second nature. Okay, we're about to dive into the weekly and monthly stuff, like how to properly clean your chain and even change your own oil. If you're finding this helpful, do me a huge favor and smash that subscribe button right now so you don't miss any more videos that make you a smarter, safer rider. It takes 1 second. Done? Awesome. Let's get back to it. Section 2. Beyond the daily check, weekly and monthly habits, T-CLOCS is your daily shield. But for long-term health, you got to do a little more. The weekly chain ritual. Your chain takes a beating, so plan on cleaning and lubing it about once a week, or every 300 to 500 miles. But listen, this interval changes if you ride in the rain or on dirty roads, so check your manual for the final word. First, get that rear wheel in the air. A paddock stand is best. Put cardboard down to catch the mess. Spray the chain with actual chain cleaner, then use a 3-sided chain brush to scrub it while you turn the wheel. You'll see the gunk just melt off. Wipe it down with a rag. Now, lube it. Spray a quality chain lube on the inside times run of the chain. Centrifugal force will fling it outwards where it needs to be. Let it sit for at least 30 minutes and you're golden. Monthly maintenance deep dive. Once a month, we go a little deeper. First, your air filter. Your engine needs to breathe. A clogged air filter is like trying to run a marathon while breathing through a coffee stirrer. Find it usually under the seat or tank and check it. If it's a paper filter and it's dirty, just replace it. If it's a reusable foam or cotton one, you can usually clean and re-oil it. Next, look closer at your brakes. Get a flashlight and look at the brake pads inside the caliper. Most pads have wear grooves. If the pad is worn down to the groove or down to about 2 millimeters of material, you need new pads. And again, some bikes are different, so check your manual. Don't wait to hear that awful grinding sound. That's the sound of you buying a new, very expensive brake rotor. Finally, let's go back to the battery. If you saw corrosion earlier, now's the time to clean it. Disconnect the negative terminal first, then the positive. Use a wire brush and a mix of baking soda and water to scrub the terminals clean. Rinse, dry it completely, and reconnect positive first, then negative. Section 3, the big service, the oil change. All right, this is the final boss. Learning to change your own oil. This will save you so much money, and honestly, it makes you feel like a total pro. Your manual will tell you the schedule could be every 3,000 miles, but some modern bikes can go 8,000 miles or more. So say it with me. Check the manual. First, gather your supplies. The right oil, a new filter, a drain pan, wrenches, and a torque wrench. Warm up the bike for 5 minutes. Not scorching hot, just warm, so the old oil flows out easily. Place your drain pan under the engine. Find the lowest bolt, that's the drain plug, and loosen it. Get ready for hot oil to gush out. While it's draining, move the pan under the oil filter. Use an oil filter wrench to loosen it and take it off. Pro tip: use a piece of aluminum foil to make a little ramp to guide the oil into the pan without getting it all over your exhaust. Once it's just dripping, clean the drain plug area. Now for the most important part. Put a new crush washer on the plug. and use a torque wrench to tighten it to the spec in your manual. I am not kidding. If you over-tighten this, you can strip the threads in your engine and you've just turned a $50 job into a $3,000 nightmare. Use a torque wrench, period. Next, take the new oil filter. Dip your finger in some new oil and wipe a thin film on the rubber gasket. Screw the new filter on by hand until it's snug. Then tighten it about 3/4 of a turn more. Now, add the new oil. Use a funnel and pour in about 80% of what the manual recommends. Then, hold the bike level and check the sight glass. Slowly add more until you hit the full line. Put the fill cap back on. Start the engine and let it run for about a minute. The oil light should go out instantly. Look for any leaks. Then, shut it off, wait a few minutes for the oil to settle, and do one final level check. And that's it. You did it. From the 5-minute pre-ride to a full oil change, you now have the fundamental skills to keep your bike safe and reliable. This isn't just about wrenches. It's about knowing your machine and riding with complete confidence. So don't be intimidated by it. Start with the T-CLOCS check. Make it a non-negotiable habit. Then clean your chain. Before you know it, you'll be doing your own oil changes like it's nothing. Thanks for watching. Ride safe, ride smart, and we'll see you on the road.